Hello, my wonderful people. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, still on Senator Natasha's case. Senator Natasha responds after Akpabio'S lawyer proposed out of court settlement in sexual harassment case. Guys, he done dey over them. My people, he done dey over them. Una know say Dr. Olise, this counsel to Akpabio, Senator Akpabio, has said that this sexual harassment allegation against the Senate president has significant contradiction, while also proposing that they should settle out of court. This na the same lawyer wey come out said a lot of things about Senator Natasha. Talk say this in case say Senator Natasha no get anything, no get case against Akpabio. Say this case lack merit. This is the same son, the same counsel. Now they propose make dem settle out of court. If dem know say the slate dey clean the way they portray all this while, why would they settle out of court? Settling out of court is like this accusation from Natasha is correct. Obviously, that is what Nigerians are now saying, that for the mere fact that Akpabio wants to settle out of court, which means Senator Natasha really gets a lot of evidence against him and is afraid. So right now, let's dive in to see what Senator Natasha gets to say. Senator Natasha Akpabio has strongly opposed an out-of-court resolution in our ongoing dispute with Senator Godswill Akpabio. Guys, this now, I like this. This one, they thought that this Natasha case, they want to sweep it. They want to sweep it under the carpet, just the way they have been doing things in Nigeria. When I not say this country, they get one thing about this country. Any case against these politicians, them, we know they ever know the end. We don't know the beginning, but we know the end. And that is what Akpabio is trying to do. But Senator Natasha has said that there is no way that they are going to continue. The struggle continues. So guys, more continue. So now emphasizing the need for a full legal investigation rather than a private compromise. The national report on 16th April 2025 that Akpabio's lawyer, Dr. Olise, proposed a more peaceful resolution and encouraged the senator to present additional proof, citing a lack of substantial details in her allegations of sexual harassment. Senator Natasha Akpabio, however, dismissed this approach, expressing the frustration of the suggestion and said that settling out of court with who? For what? What about everything I went through? She questioned. Guys, really, she really need to stand on her ground, as in really, after all she went through. So really, Akpabio have this in mind to settle out of court, and he put her through all this drama, Don't you know that settling this case out of court, guys, make una check am now. If they settle this case out of court, all Natasha supporters go begin dey look Natasha with their plasma TV. Apart from that, if they still settle this thing out of court, you go make people begin dey talk say, so it means say wetin Reno mockery talk about Natasha dey na truth. So Natasha should stand by her stand that she's not going to settle out of court. Why is Akpabio afraid of investigation? My country people, Nigerians, have really reacted concerning this. I'm going to drop the reactions from Nigerians. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. Thanks and bye.
Yes, you see this Senator Natasha Akpabio drama. Let me tell Nigerians and the world at large what the Senate and the Nigerian federal government in general are aiming by constantly supporting Akpabio against the lady. They all have a game plan, which they are executing perfectly well. And what it is, the lady came out to accuse the Senate president of sexually harassing her, right? That was a complaint. Whether we agree or not, that complaint requires an attention. It requires a committee to be looked into. But as we speak now, everything that is being done is to make sure that that accusation goes down naturally and never heard of. That is it. I see every quarters, most especially when I listen to the eloquent speaking comrade Adams Ali Oshomole spoke on the day the suspension was finally passed. He said everything about Natasha going as humble as apologizing, to the house that it will not reduce who she is, that apology doesn't reduce who you are. Why were they all technically wanting the lady to apologize? Because the moment she apologized, it becomes a fact that she originally laid false accusation. So I believe the Senator Duagan, from what I also read, is a barrister, should know better. You get the point. Why are you trying to force her to apologize? She laid a complaint. Okay, and as for those Nigerians, those gullible Nigerians out there that is being blinded by sentiment, because when you are supporting Akpabio in this case, you are just being sentimental. I am supporting Senator Uduaghan until she's proven wrong. Whenever she's proven wrong, you will see myself and maybe other well-meaning Nigerians turn the whip on her. I want a situation where the Senate would have said, okay, this lady has came out with an allegation. Let's find out if it is true or it's a lie. And if she turns out to have lied against the Senate president, then you watch us take on her. But that's not the case. They don't even want us to know what happened. So many idiots out there are asking, say, does she have evidence? How can a lady of that personality and caliber lay such accusations without evidence? Of course, I have every reason to believe that she has evidence, countless of evidence. That is why the Senate has refused to look into her petition. Rather, they just threw it away and sent her packing. So I don't get it. Now look at, to make it concrete, to make it obvious that Senator Natasha is not going to serve that 6 months suspension. Take my word for it. And I have my reasons. It was only yesterday I heard that the presidency have shown interest in the case, that they are going to try and look into it. And today I just read, like I'm displaying now, I just read on the Vanguard newspaper that it says we will broker peace between Akpabio and Akpoti Uduaghan, Tinubu's minister. That was, it's on the Vanguard. I believe it will also be on other media. He said they will broker peace. Which peace are you going to broker? Presidency. Because everything you guys are trying to do now is, at the end of the day, you are going to bring these people into a round table and say, Mona dialogue the matter, Mona resolve the matter, case closed, they don't settle. We will no longer know if Akpabio will actually harass this woman. That is my area of concern. Let there be an independent investigation. If the lady have lied, she should be punished. That would be a crime to have accused the number 3 citizens of a crime he did not commit. Are you going to throw that under the carpet? So you going the route you guys are going now is actually proving Akpabio to be guilty. Otherwise, as we speak now, even when we are not on his side, but he is still innocent until proven guilty. Now, to prove Akpabio innocent, you must find Natasha guilty of lying, of accusing the Senate president wrongly. But nobody is talking towards that direction. Everything they are doing is just to die the matter, and nobody will know what happened and what did not happen. And they will tell you the Senate has resolved it. That is an in-house matter. If this lady have lied against Senator Akpabio, will it go this way? It will not go the way it's going now. So we all know the truth. And I want to ask the Nigerian Senate, is that how you're going to fix this country? When somebody rises in that Senate to say things as they are, you hammer them suspension. We know when it happens to Senator Ali Ndume, when he accused some members of the Senate of being a kleptomania, stealing what they actually don't need. We all know that most of these senators steal what they don't need. It is in this country you will see a senator having in his compound transformers that were made for his constituency. He will just store it in their compound, electric cable. What are they going to do with it? So they were actually kleptomanias, as Ali Ndume accused them of. But what was the reaction? Ali Ndume was also suspended and made to write a letter of apology before he was reinstated. But his position as the chief whip leader was taken from him. Well, I think I also remember Adam Soshombole, when he just newly entered into the Senate, he complained about him buying his own chairs and other things, that people saying the Senate get allowance for this, that wasn't correct, that the chair is sitting and other things in his office he bought with his money. The Senate reacted bitterly to it and said that the Senate matter, there's an in-house way of resolving. What occultic group are you forming in that house? Is that how you are representing us? Nigerians, we should look into this matter and look into the affairs of these people. We were supposed to... No, we didn't send them there actually. They didn't go there by our vote. I didn't forget that. They got there on their own. But if they are there on their own, not useful to us, I think it's hard time we start thinking of how to stop them from going there. Because I remember there was a time Senegal have to do away with their Senate to survive. Our Senate has been a burden and making this country without return.
I think we can all agree that Nigerians are not very serious people. This is what the political class understands, and that's why they can do anything and get away with it, because they know and understand that Nigerians are not very serious people. You guys don't understand the gravity of what just happened. If Senator Natasha is lying, do you understand the gravity of that? Simply means women can wake up and accuse anybody of sexual harassment, accuse any man of rape, and get away with it. It also mean that men can rape, sexually harass women, and absolutely nothing will be done. That's how bad the situation is. And yet people are just there dancing around the whole issue. This is exactly the time where we have to take the bull by its horn. Do you know what this year's International Women's Day theme is? March forward for all women and girls. Why are Nigerian women not marching? Why are we all not marching? Those so-called confused individuals that call themselves Nigerian feminists, their voices is nowhere to be heard. Bunch of jokers. If it's to defend sex workers parading themselves as influencers, which I have no problem with, your titties will stand. On our titties will stand. Your voices will be heard. We will hear from you people. We go hear from Ona. We go hear Ona. You will be as loud as fuck. You're only a feminist when it benefits you. Both women and men are supposed to be at the Senate complex asking questions to the extent that the president feels this. Do y'all understand we have 109 senators in Nigeria, and out of 109, only 105 is all men. Women are not properly represented across board. We have never had a female governor. This is how disenfranchised women are. Women are always given the backseat. This is a woman that more than 100,000 people gave their votes to, gave their voices to, for her to speak on their behalf. And she's facing 6 months suspension. Oh my God, no. When 1 out of 4 female senators is making an allegation like this, it should not be swept under the carpet, and it should not be treated lightly at all, because we should see this as women being silenced. And if she is telling a lie, she should be dealt with, and dealt with properly. The number 3 citizen of Nigeria is being dragged for something that could be a lie or could be true. This needs to be cleared. It's too important of a man for a story like this to pop up and we don't get to the end of it. And if she isn't telling a lie, whoever she's accusing should be dealt with, and dealt with properly. Nigerians, I don't know what is really wrong with us people. Where did we get it wrong in this 2025? Where? If a woman of that level is struggling to get justice, struggling to be heard, then who am I? What is the fate of that average 18 years old girl in Ibadan? Of that average 18 years old girl in Delta State? Of that average 26 years old girl in Sokoto? This is how we plan to stand for women. This is how we plan to do it in 2025. Now,
gunmen attacked Senator Natasha Akpabio's family resident in Kogi State, allegedly. What does this mean? You can clearly now see that this woman is saying the truth. Yes, if you people claim that she's lying against you, so why are they trying all possible means to silence her? Now, from trying to recall her back home by taking her senatorial seat from her, they failed, and now they are not sending unknown gunmen, allegedly, to her family house by destroying the house, chasing people around, making everybody in the area to be scared. They are finding every means to silence this woman because they know she's coming with the truth. Because they know that the force the woman is carrying, they cannot withstand it. Yes. If not, okay, if they say that whatever she has been saying is a lie, that she's chasing cloud, why are they finding every means? Why are they finding every means to stop her? When she was trying to come to her home, okay? That is how they said, okay, no more convoy. They closed every road for her not to come to her own town. But as a smart woman she is, she used a helicopter to come to her home. So I want to ask a question again. So after all this attempt to silence Natasha, is Natasha Akpabio saying the truth or she's lying? Please.
For the past few days now, Senator Natasha has been coming out to cry to the media and tell them that her family house is being attacked. So that means there has actually been planned to attack her. She called on the Nigerian police to tell them that if anything happens to her, that they should call people like the Senate president, that is Senator Akpabio, and they should hold the former Kogi State governor, that is Yahaya Bello, accountable, because her life right now seems to be at risk because they've sent unknown gunmen to her family house. Guys, this is actually becoming serious, because at this point you guys actually gave her a suspension of 6 months. What else do you want? That is the question. What else do you want? at this very particular moment. But that being said, watch this next reaction and see how the entire thing started. When Senator Natasha got into the Senate newly, that was the first bully she actually got when she tried to speak, and the Senate president was telling her that she doesn't have to speak that until they gave her permission, because that is actually not a nightclub. Nigeria did not really take that statement lightly, because they say, which kind of statement will you actually say that to a woman? But some people actually say that Senator Natasha is somebody, Senator Akpabio is somebody that jokes a lot, so he likes using words according to what people say, that people know him very, very well. Watch this face reaction and see how Nigerians reacted to that. After that, you watch more evidences where it's actually coming from.
Mr. President, we don't want it to be killed. We just want a bit of modification. We don't want the bill killed, but it should be slight modifications, sir. It's a necessary bill.
Distinguished Senator Natasha, in the chamber, you have to be recognized before you speak.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah, we are not in a nightclub. Those in favor that this bill be now read a second time, say aye. Those against, say nay. Clark. What happened? Distinguished colleagues, my ears are very good. Those in support that this bill be now read a second time, say aye. And those again say nay. The nays have it.
You see, people are born differently. Isn't it odd that a state governor would issue a statement that he accepts the judgment? He wasn't on the ballot, but he went all out, owning the last election, as if it were Yahaya Bello against Natasha at the last election. You see, like I said, people are made differently, because while some sit down and allow things to take a natural course, some want to become godfathers at all costs. Yahaya Bello falls into the latter category. He has a personality which I would say is, with all due respect, deluded, and it makes him want to lord over things and dictate the terms, almost act like a mini god on earth. And that is not how life happens. And I would say this, while in 2018, before I joined the SDP and contested for the senatorial seat, I was in APC for pretty much 3 months. And I will say this, the governor called on me, just like he called on 9 other aspirants at that point, and telling each and every one to step down. To some people, he offered money. He offered me money as well. He offered me 50 million at first. I turned down. He said, how about 70 million so you will step down for my anointed candidate, who was the then senatorial candidate, who was the then senator, and that I rejected the money. I told him I wasn't in the race for money. It wasn't a personal aggrandizement, but it was to create an impact and help my people. And that annoyed him, so I moved into SDP and I contested that election. So the same thing happened now. Yahaya Bello does not like being dared. He wants his words to be law. He doesn't understand that he's a governor to everybody, and his duties as stipulated by the Constitution makes him responsible to me. But he went all out, cutting the roads a few days to elections, sending people to attack and shoot at my convoy, all of that. And then he was, at the very last day in Ajakuta there, when they were collating, he was with his men, calling on them and commanding on them to rig me off. So when you ask me why he went overboard this way, I would just say it is who he is. It is who he is. When the person is vindictive and dictatorial in nature, that is just who he is. And I think it's really wrong. But on the other hand, we would say Yahaya Bello succeeded in
Natasha,
all these
sorry, well, I think we're almost
activities because of the institution.
We're out of
I
time.
must say this. It's very important I say this.
Right. Go ahead.
Yahaya Bello succeeded because we also had weak institutions. I mean, we had the returning officer who saw that the figures did not add up, but he went ahead and pronounced the APC candidate the winner. Why did he do that? I don't know. But you know what? As a political reformer, I am looking forward to INEC prosecuting all the erring electoral officers so that when these men are jailed and made to serve a term, they will serve as an example to other people who would.
Prayer one. That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpabio for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Nigerian Senate in general to public opprobrium. Those in support of prayer one say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. I'd put the question. Those in support of prayer one say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. How do you amend a prayer that is unanimous? Prayer 2, that for the Senate to consider lifting this suspension or reducing the tenure of the suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration by the Nigerian Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. I don't think, Senator Maribe, as a landlord of the Senate, I don't think they heard what I read. So let me just repeat for clarity. That for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or reducing the tenure of the suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before the reconsideration by the Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. Okay, because I thought I had 50-50. Let me make it 40-60. That for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or reducing the tenure of suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration of this case by the Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. Nay. The ayes have it.
So they say they got 250,000 signatures to recall Senator Natasha. Now, this is some of the videos. See the way that they get the signature. You know what this thing just did to me? This thing just opened my eyes to Nigerian politics more and more and more. It only means that all this queue where we they go join during time of election to vote, even with or without that queue, these people will still get votes. Do you understand? Because you people now are coming out because of this beef with Senator Natasha. When I don't open on too. So where did you people get 250,000 signatures from? Can you people provide 250,000 people that signed this thing? I am really curious about that. You understand? With this now, I put it to you. Say, people like say 2027 election will not be an election at the end of the day. This fight between Natasha and the Senate don't they expose a lot of things. So how did you people get 250,000 signatures to recall Natasha? I'm curious. So more twist and go election now. So all those queue, a waste of time. And 2027, they will not need it. Because as of now, I will tell you, I'll put it to you, the people where we say This government, they never put for their pocket. They're not plenty. Take it from me. They're not plenty at all. They're not plenty at all. See them now. They don't already carry campaign bosses for 2025, election at 2027. Although campaign starts 2026. But you should know how well these people don't already plan their game. Do you understand? You should know how well. Now, let's go back to Natasha. Natasha, this is a perfect opportunity for you to at least give us small thing. And even if not chat between you and Akpabio, where it points hands towards Akpabio, say yes, he won't really knock you. At least give us one chat. Bring chat. You understand? Bring at least a chat evidence. Like, so you don't talk, say this man say he won't knock you. It can be denied. He go deny him. Do you understand? You don't talk, say your nyash, but they move where your ways go sabi move. It can be denied. Give us something that will be hard. Just show us chat. Because if you say this man, they plan to knock you, and this man don't make advances, at least one viewer's message suppose don't come. Or better still, maybe MTN should pull you people's call history, or any network provider one they use. Request for that. Let's know who is lying. Like I said, you are beginning to look like a joke, Senator Natasha, at this point. I am sorry. Do you understand? But I'm coming from the point of, if this thing is not proven, just know, take it from me, that you have killed the voice of a lot of girl child that might be victim of the real sexual harassment tomorrow. I don't care how anybody's sentiment won't be. If they like me, they say gospel Akpabio don't pay and blah blah blah. That's your people's business. The truth is the truth. You can't put this kind of allegation out there, and when it's time for you to now point people towards the direction, when I know if you do anything, Senate team, they find people where go give them 250,000 votes to recall you. You they go share a bag of rice. This is not what we want to see. You understand? And again, they say the waiting make you see the allegation. Like a lot of Nigerians, I know say they are sentimental. I've watched like some of your interviews. You keep on going around as if it is sexual harassment that made them suspend you. You understand? As if it's because, no, come on. But again, sexual harassment is a big deal. So give us something. I want something. If you don't give us anything, you have succeeded in joining hands to kill the voice of the girl child as to victim when they complain about sexual harassment. That's just one thing I'll tell you. And again, I will keep on hitting on this because I wouldn't want a lot of men to become victims of women that we might empower blindly without evidence today. So 2 things have been revealed. Nigeria, Iyakata.